to go.
Yo, yo. Yay, yahoo.
Ow, 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 ow. Yahoo! Ha!
Hello everybody, and welcome to the first video of the 6-part series where I decided to torture myself with video games. To celebrate Mario and Luigi getting a brand new game for the first time in nearly a decade, I'm going to be playing every game in the series and try to do a minimum kill run of all of them. I held a poll with a few friends, and they decided that I should start with Superstar Saga, the first game in the entire series. Before we start, I should get the rules out of the way. 1. No using easy mode, since easy mode increases your stats a stupid amount, making the point of this challenge completely pointless. 2. If an enemy dies in a fight but can be seen after the fight in the overworld or a future Mario and Luigi game, it does not count as a kill. 3. No save states during boss fights. 4. I can only defeat enemies that are required, even if they don't technically die. This is to stop me from grinding enemies, nullifying the point of the challenge. 5. No major glitches. 6. No items that can increase the XP I get, since I think that would make the game too easy. Now that the rules are set, let's get started. The game starts with the ambassador of the Bean Bean Kingdom stealing Princess Peach's voice, before quickly fleeing back to the Bean Bean Kingdom. A Toad rushes over to get Mario's help, causing Mario to rush over to Peach's aid. As the bros rush in though, they accidentally run into Bowser, initiating the first fight of the game. The battle system in this game is fairly simple. You have a few different types of attacks, although we're currently only limited to jumps, although hammer, hand, and bros attacks become available later on in the game. If you press the right buttons at the right time, you can do extra damage. You can also avoid all damage by dodging attacks in a similar way. Bowser goes down fairly easily, since he is a tutorial. For this run, I'm going to be keeping track of both fights and kills. Since Bowser doesn't die from this fight, that's 1 added to the fight counter and nothing added to kills, so we're off to a great start. After the fight, the Mario Bros learn that Peach's voice was stolen and replaced by bombs, so they team up with Bowser and prepare to go on a trip to the Bean Bean Kingdom. I explore the opening area a little bit and get a couple mushrooms, and then I go to meet Bowser at his ship. Bowser decides to recruit Luigi and kidnap him, since all of his other minions were late to the assembly. After exploring Bowser's ship for a little, we're told we need to get our pictures taken. I choose the only correct option for their pictures for this run. Shortly after this, a Koopa asks if we would like to practice battling as a duo. I obviously say no, before immediately being blocked by a barrel containing a Goomba. This causes our kill count to go up by 2 already. Immediately after this, a Koopa forces us to enter another battle, so we have to add another 2 kills to the counter. Or do we? After this fight, you can see that one Goomba is still alive, and the Koopa puts it into another crate. That means that this is actually only 1 kill. The Koopa then asks us to kill another innocent Goomba, but instead of doing that, I decide to just leave. Something I forgot to mention earlier is how level ups work in this game. As standard for most RPGs, you level up by collecting EXP from battling enemies. But instead of having set stat increases, you can choose 1 stat that you would like to increase. I'm going to be upgrading only BP and power in this run, because there's a few things I'm worried about in the late game. Luigi gets taken away by a crane and is used as a lookout, just as usual. Suddenly, the Koopa Cruiser is under attack by Fawful and Cackaletta. This leads to yet another fight, this time with Fawful, although after beating him, he just blows up our ship and runs away. So thankfully nothing of value was lost. Mario and Luigi fall into Stardust Fields, right at the border of the Bean Bean Kingdom. To cross the border, the bros have to beat a simple jump rope minigame to prove their identities. After beating it, and then beating it another 3 times to get some beans, which will be very important later, we move on and start exploring Stardust Fields. We almost immediately find Bowser stuck in a cannon, and have to pay this jerk, Tolstar, 100 coins to get him out and move on to the next area. After exploring Stardust Fields for a little bit, and ransacking it of all of its coins, we meet the Disco Bros, who offer to teach us a new movement technique. Using the high and spin jumps to collect a few more coins and move a little farther into Stardust Fields, we meet the Disco Bros again, but this time they're attacking us. After killing their 2 minions, we swiftly run away and collect the last remaining coins in the area, having only 8 coins to spare. After giving all of our coins to Tolstar, he decides to not let Bowser out, so we end up fighting him. He's incredibly easy and I totally didn't get hit a few times. It's kinda like he's the first boss of the game. Tolstar fortunately doesn't die, but the Disco Bros return and decide to attack both Bowser and Tolstar at the same time, so we flee before they can do anything else. We leave the cave to find ourselves extremely high up on a mountain. After finding a village, we immediately walk right past it and make our way down the mountain. On our way down, Fawful blocks our path with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, so we have to turn around and go back to the village. We enter some random stranger's house, and they tell us if we could go get to the top of the mountain and get them a stone, they will make us a hammer. After a little bit of mountain shenanigans, we make it to this random block of stone who wants to play a minigame with us. After beating it on the first try, he gets mad and fights us. This fight is extremely easy. All you have to do is destroy the pillar he isn't hiding under, then the one he is under, but then you can attack him for a few turns. After beating him, he runs away, so that saves us from having to add another kill to the kill counter. We continue our mountain shenanigans until we get to the top, where we find an egg and a stone. The egg hatches and a dragon jumps out, kicking our precious stone down into the waterfall. The Mario Bros are so pissed that they immediately start a battle with it. This fight is also extremely easy, the only problem is how underleveled we already are. By this point of the game, we're already half the level of the bosses, so they can easily kill each bro in 2 hits, while we deal pitiful amounts of damage to the boss. The boss's attacks are very easy to dodge though, so it just takes 6 minutes of patient dodging and attacking to beat it. After the dragon is defeated, it transforms into a prince, for reasons that will never be explained. Mario and Luigi get a ride with this random pterodactyl that just happened to be up at the top of the mountain, and go back to the village. Why Mario and Luigi don't use the pterodactyl to fly past Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, we will never know. Turns out when the rock fell down the waterfall, it fell into the stranger's house, so we got some hammers that killed Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, although it totally does not increase our kill count because we didn't enter a battle with him. After climbing down the mountain, Mario and Luigi see a Goomba with a strange flag. And that means it's bonus challenge time! Can you beat Minion Quest, the search for Bowser, without killing any enemies? No. Mario and Luigi continue on with their quest, and take a quick jog to Bean Bean Castle Town. But Mario and Luigi find that it's under attack. Mario and Luigi enter the castle, but to make sure they're the real Mario Bros, Lady Llama, who looks awfully similar to the Bean Bean ambassador, tells them to fix the plumbing. After some quick plumbing shenanigans, the bros fix everything and open a prison cell that was holding Lady Llama. Turns out Cackletta tricked the Mario Bros into fixing the plumbing because it would turn off the security system? After leaving the sewers, we find Cacoletta and Fawful, but before we can catch them, Queen Bean appears, and she is furious that we barged into her castle uninvited.
Let's go. Okie dokie.
Queen Bean's gimmick seems like it'd be a problem, since I need to damage both of her hands to remove her crown, so I can actually hit her, but it has a few simple weaknesses. If Mario uses Super Splash Bros on Queen Bean, it can do massive damage, and the special effect of Super Splash Bros is that it avoids all damage from spikes. Just use Luigi's hammer to deal minor damage, and keep her far away so she doesn't use her annoying chop attack. After Mario runs out of BP, I just kill her with hammer attacks, since it would take way too long to destroy both of her arms. After a long but easy fight, Queen Bean is defeated, but we can't let her die. That'd be against the rules of our challenge. So we have to get some Chocola Reserve to save her. After entering Chateau de Chucklehuck, we explore an easy barrel maze and find out Luigi has been replaced by a brand new hero, Popple, the Shadow Thief. Turns out, Popple isn't very patient though, and runs onwards into a later room. Luigi comes back and we follow Popple. Popple found a brand new person he'd like to team up with to go on his own adventure though. Not Bowser and Popple decide to start their brand new adventure, and they decide that they'd like to challenge the strongest people they know, Mario and Luigi. After a quick and easy fight, resulting in 0 murder, Popple and not Bowser run away. Mario and Luigi save 2 Frenchmen, and they teach each other how to murder each other, adding another 2 kills to the counter. Oh wait, Mario's still alive, never mind. We get the 2 gentlemen some nice glasses, and move on into Chucklehuck Woods. After some forest and barrel shenanigans, Mario and Luigi find the Great Deku Tree, Chuckle Root. He tells us if we want to pass, we need to find all 3 pieces of the Triforce, all 3 Chocola Fruit. Getting 2 of the 3 Chocola Fruits is super easy, but the last one is being protected by a Wiggler, so we have to fight him. Fortunately, after beating him, he runs away, so that's 1 less kill for the kill counter.
Okie dokie.
We give Chuckleroot the 3 Chocola Fruits we got, and he moves out of the way, revealing the path forwards. Popple and not Bowser appear, and rush forwards, hoping to get the Chocola Reserve so they can steal Mario and Luigi's fame. We follow them to find Bubbles, and his brew of Chocola Reserve. He captured both Popple and not Bowser, and tied them up, before using his Chocola Reserve to attack us. After a long but easy fight, the Chocolator is dead, and we bring Queen Bean the Chocola Reserve. Queen Bean tells us Cacoletta's evil plans. Cacoletta wants to use Peach's voice to awaken the Beanstar, so she can grant her wish. Prince Peasley, that prince we saved on the mountain a while ago, tells us that Cacoletta is currently in Hoo University, so we should probably make our way there immediately. But before we do that, guess what time it is? Time for me to show you why those beans I told you about ages ago are useful. They can be used in the coffee shop to make coffees, which can slightly increase my stats. The Teehee beans, which I got from the minigames, only increase stash though, so that's not important. What's really useful though is how each unique blend grants me a brand new item. The first time I make a new blend, I get the Greed Wallet, which means I can get more coins from battles. The Chuckle Beans, which are those beans you can get from the ground, increase speed, which is mildly useful, but the item is banned, since it's only used to get more EXP from battles. The third blend is not available to us though, since we need Hoo Beans, which are only available in hidden blocks, and there aren't enough that I'm aware of to get 1 coffee this early into the game. It is the most useful blend, since it increases BP and gives the item the Excite Spring, allowing the bro holding it to jump for much longer. It also is the last blend available, since every other blend requires Woohoo Beans, which can't be obtained without killing enemies. Anyways, back to the adventure. Mario and Luigi rush over to Hoo University and see a scientist passed out on the ground. It's very important to ignore him, since you'll be forced into a battle if you talk to him. It is also important to avoid encountering the virus enemies as much as possible though, since if you get bad RNG, you could get a virus pair where if you counterattack, it'll instantly kill both of the viruses, forcing you to take damage. Mario and Luigi get through all the puzzles fairly easily though. After all of the puzzles are finished, a new door opens up, leading Mario and Luigi to Cackletta and Fawful. They just activated the Peach Bots, which awaken the Beanstar. However, the Beanstar awakens in a furious state, and destroys the floor, descending deep into the depths of the Hooniversity. After a quick and easy fight with Cackletta, her physical form decays and she is only a soul, which, in my books at least, is not a murder, so we're not adding anything to the counter. Fawful vacuums up Cackletta's soul, and prepares the finishing blow, before Prince Peasley launches them both away. Mario and Luigi descend down into the depths of Hooniversity, looking for the Beanstar before finding Popple and Not Bowser with it. Another fight ensues, and this time Popple and Not Bowser have figured out the art of Bros attacks. One of their attacks is actually really annoying to dodge, but I managed to counter it every time, surprisingly. After the fight, a Peach Bot falls from above, reawakening the Beanstar. Popple, Not Bowser, Mario, and Luigi all grab onto it before it flies away into the sky. Everyone falls off the star except Not Bowser, who remembers he is actually Bowser, before the Beanstar shatters into 4 shards and Bowser falls. Luigi falls onto a secluded island and finds Mario stuck in the sand behind him. After saving him, they each go into separate temples. Mario learns the Firebrand, and Luigi learns the Thunder Hand. After swimming through the ocean for a while, they make it back to the castle, and Queen Bean tells the Rose that Princess Peach is going to be arriving shortly, and they should go to the airport to wait for her. I take a quick detour to brew the last type of coffee, though. After Mario and Luigi arrive at the airport, Lady Lemon tells them that it's infested with piranha plants. After giving each plant a lot of water and electrocuting them, they disappear into the ground. This definitely isn't murder, because we never enter a fight with them. After the 5 piranhas magically disappear, the egg in the middle of the airport hatches, and reveals the mother piranha. Why the mom was in the egg, I don't know. This fight is horrible for this challenge though. She has 2 baby piranhas with her, and after every turn she heals 34 health. She also has the Bite and Blast, which I can only counter 4 times, because if I counter it a 5th time, the baby piranhas would die, and we can't have that. Every time she uses the stupid Bite and Blast, I have to waste Luigi's turn to heal both Mario and Luigi, so they don't die. It doesn't help that Mario can only do 36 damage per turn, and the boss has 320 health. That means it would take 160 turns of flawless execution to beat her. But I have to refill my BP every once in a while, so I can keep doing high damage, so that decreases my damage output even more. The only saving grace is that sometimes Mom Piranha will use this Vine Sweeping attack, meaning I can attack with Luigi too, adding an extra 24 damage for that turn. Every time I attack Mom Piranha, both of her baby piranhas attack, and if I get hurt once, that's another turn wasted, and a chance for her to heal. I had been fighting this boss for 2 hours at this point, and it was one of the most painful things ever, because I kept making stupid mistakes when I was so close to winning. One time, I was so close to winning, but ran out of healing items. So I went back to the shops to buy more items after loading up my save file before I entered the fight. But I was too low on money to afford any of the good items since I spent a lot of money on gear earlier. I thought I was stuck until I remembered a way to get infinite money, beating the shit out of Luigi. Every time you jump into Luigi, you get a few coins, but he takes 4 damage. If the next hit will kill him, he'll stop losing health but also stop dropping coins. That means using a heart block allows you to get infinite coins. After grinding coins for a little while, I went back to grinding the boss. After another 3 hours of attempting the boss, I was out of healing items, and Mario and Luigi would die the next turn if the attack was a Bite and Blast. So the best thing I could do was just to attack. With Luigi's final attack, right before Mom Piranha attacked again, she died. Also, the piranhas dying when Mom Piranha died was totally not my fault, and don't count towards the kill count, because I did not touch them. After Princess Peach arrives, everyone heads back to Bean Bean Castle. Princess Peach begins to talk, which of course is a bad idea, since her words are now bombs. But it turns out the reason the Peach bots didn't work in Hoo Hoo University was because Peach actually went on her own adventure to steal her voice back, and it was successful. Peach asks Mario to take her to Little Fungi Town, and Luigi says no, since he's already exhausted. Mario decides this is reason enough to kill Luigi. Rest in peace our kill count. After telling Peach that he'll take her, she tells them to meet her at Teehee Valley. Oh wait, Luigi's alive. False alarm. Mario and Luigi take a quick detour to get better hammers and a new bros attack, and then go to Teehee Valley. Teehee Valley sucks. It's an escort quest where you have to get Peach to the end of each room without letting her get caught by the enemies. How do you stop the enemies from capturing Peach? By killing them. So instead of doing that, I just let Peach get captured, save her, and the enemy must have gone home to celebrate, since they're no longer there. But you have to do that for every single enemy in every single room. There are at least 15 different enemies that Peach has to get kidnapped by, so it takes a while to finally get to the entrance of Little Fungi Town. Trunkle has 2 forms, the big form and the small form. He'll spend most of the fight in the big form, and he has 2 moves. He'll throw rocks, which are super easy to dodge, or he can start sucking up enemies and items from behind you. When he uses his suction attack, any enemy that he eats heals himself, and you can't stop him from eating any of it. That means this fight drags on for a while. It's not difficult, it just takes ages. After Trunkle dies, Mario, Luigi, and Peach enter Little Fungi Town. Mario and Luigi enter an arcade to blow off some steam, and they end up winning a prize! They win a totally normal mushroom. Mario eats the whole thing in a single bite, and immediately gets sick. After being rushed to the hospital, Luigi is told that he has to go on a quest to get Krabby Grass. Even if it wasn't required and we could move on without Mario, I'd still save Mario to keep that kill count lower. Luigi is too scared to go out on his own, since he has to go to Gafawa Ruins, which is horribly dangerous. Luigi goes to a hypnotist so he can get the courage to go. The hypnotist makes Luigi believe he's Mario. Guess Super Luigi RPG was super short-lived then. Turns out Gafawa Ruins is actually not dangerous at all, and not a single enemy needs to be killed. After getting the Krabby Grass, Luigi returns to Little Fungi Town, and heads back to the hospital, before he's struck by lightning, and his hypnosis effect wears off. Luigi gets back up and continues on, finding out that definitely not Bowser has kidnapped Peach. Luigi rushes to cure Mario, and they both regroup at Bean Bean Castle to make a plan. Shortly after they arrive, definitely not Bowser gives them a call on her 3DS, and tells them that they have to collect all 4 fragments of the Beanstar for her. Mario and Luigi rush off to Teehee Valley to look for one of the BS pieces. They find it on top of a wrecked ship, but 2 skeletons grab it and take it into the ship. After completing a short minigame and blowing up a wall, the ship sinks into the ocean and the BS piece floats away. Mario and Luigi follow it through the ocean before resurfacing at the beach of Guarhar Lagoon. Mario and Luigi go into a massage parlor to take a quick break, but end up being dragged into a quest to get 2 pearl beans. After collecting them, they continue to look for the BS piece. They find a giant hermit crab, decorated as a Christmas tree, and it's using the BS piece as a tree topper. The hermit crab fights Mario and Luigi because they're stealing all of his attention from the other beachgoers.
Let's go! Okie dokie.
The fight is extremely annoying. His gimmick is that his attacks constantly get faster and harder to dodge. The worst part is that if one bro dies, the other bro has to carry them during the next attack, making it practically impossible to dodge.
Mamma mia!
He will also try to heal himself from time to time, but it's super easy to prevent. Just set him on fire. After collecting the first BS piece, I go to one of the fast travel pipes and go straight to Chucklehuck Woods, and enter into the Winkle Coliseum. After playing a minigame, the Winkles officially acknowledge me, and let me go into the garden area. Popple is in the garden, and is trying to steal the BS piece. After a quick fight, he loses and runs away, allowing the bros to get their second BS piece. After this, Mario and Luigi play a minigame and get the third BS piece. Yep, that's literally it, it's just a minigame. The final BS piece is located at the Yoshi Theater, but the owner, Bottle, won't give you the BS piece unless you get all 7 neon eggs, which can be acquired by getting 7 bean fruits and feeding every hungry Yoshi in the theater. Fortunately, I already knew about this, and had 6 of the 7 bean fruits already collected. After giving Bottles 6 of the 7 neon eggs, I left to get the final bean fruit. To get it, Mario and Luigi had to split up, so Luigi could get under a gate. A bean piranha eats it, so Luigi has to kill it. After getting the last bean fruit, converting it into a neon egg, and giving it to Bottles, the final BS piece is obtained. Mario and Luigi go to Bean Bean Castle and fix the Beanstar. Definitely Not Bowser tells the bros to meet her at Joke's End, a frigid fortress at the outskirts of the land. Before they go, Prince Peasley gives Mario and Luigi a fake Beanstar to trick Fawful and Definitely Not Bowser. After taking a quick detour to upgrade the Bros' hammers to the max level and getting the final Bros attack, they head to Joke's End. Joke's End, ironically enough, is one of the biggest jokes in this run. You can get through every part of this area without fighting a single enemy until the boss. And the boss is one of the easiest that I've fought in a while, not including Popple, of course. After killing Jojora's friend, Jojora will run away, so the fight is only 1 kill. After the boss, Mario and Luigi enter the next room to find Fawful waiting for them. Luigi gives him the fake Beanstar, but he realizes it's a fake immediately, and steals the real one and runs away. Mario runs after Fawful and finds definitely not Bowser in the next room with him. After a bit of bickering, a second Peach walks into the room, and definitely not Bowser drops the fake Peach and kidnaps the real one. Definitely not Bowser and Fawful are on the Koopa Cruiser, which they repaired a while ago, and realized the real Peach they kidnapped was just Luigi. He used his shape-shifting powers to trick them. Luigi's shape-shifting powers unfortunately never appear in any other Mario game after this. Luigi runs away and steals the Beanstar back, before using Peach's breast as a parachute. He crash lands into Tee Valley, and Mario goes to save him. Mario finds him tied up and saves him before fighting Popple and Birdo. It's another super easy boss fight. Mario and Luigi head back to Bean Bean Castletown to find it under attack from definitely not Bowser's castle, which is flying high up in the sky. Before I leave, I steal Luigi's lunch money again so I can buy some better gear for the bros. Mario and Luigi get a ride from that random pterodactyl from the beginning of the game, and enter definitely not Bowser's castle. Definitely not Bowser's castle is surprisingly easy. There's a couple puzzles and a lot of bosses, but all of them are the Koopalings, and they don't count as kills since they appear in a future Mario and Luigi game, specifically Paper Jam. Ludwig especially is a joke though, since his entire gimmick is that he'll try to kill the bros in a single turn, but if you counterattack it, he loses the fight immediately. The boss fights start to get hard at the final 3 Koopalings. Roy starts his fight by introducing a new mechanic, the Time Bomb. If you don't kill him in 9 turns, you lose immediately. His health isn't too high, so he isn't that big of a problem though. The next fight is Wendy. She has the same Time Bomb gimmick, but now it's 7 turns instead of 9. She also will make clones of herself, which obviously doesn't add to the kill count since they're just copies of Wendy. Wendy will only take damage if you attack the right Wendy though. And if you hit one of the clones, it does no damage. It's really hard to keep track of which one is the right Wendy, and especially in the second half, because they all spin super fast, and there are 6 Wendys in total. It is possible though. The final Koopaling is Larry. He uses a Time Bomb again, but this time it's a super low turn amount of 5. This is the reason why I've been putting all of my stats into power and bros points, but mostly power. Even with some of the best equipment and stats possible in this run, it was still an extremely close call, but it is possible. The next boss is Fawful, and he's a complete pushover. All you do is use the attack Fire Bros. Fawful attacks back, and after his attack his mech overheats and leaves him vulnerable to attacks. He fortunately doesn't die though, as he appears in 2 other games in the Mario and Luigi series. The final showdown with definitely not Bowser starts, and she is super easy. All of her attacks are easily avoidable, those fireballs she spits out are clearly not alive, so I can destroy them, and she doesn't have an insane amount of health. After a quick and easy battle, she is defeated. Oh wait, what's that?
Mamma mia.
Guess what? There's a true final showdown, and it's a pretty good challenge. Cacoletta's soul has 4 parts: her lightning hand, her fire hand, her head, and her heart. I always destroy the lightning hand first, since its attacks are the most annoying to dodge. I also made sure to equip the spacesuit gear before entering this fight, since it increases Mario's stats, and also makes it easier to dodge the fire attack from her fire hand. After destroying the lightning hand, the fire hand is next, since if I attack the head, whatever limb she has left, not including the heart or the head, get an extra turn to attack. After the fire hand is destroyed, the head is next. Once all of her limbs are destroyed, her heart will become vulnerable and can be damaged. I have about 2 turns to damage the heart, so I have to do as much damage as possible before she hides her heart and I have to restart the cycle again. After a few cycles, she enters her Fury state, and introduces several attacks that are way harder to dodge. Some of these attacks can do up to 300 damage in a single hit, so dodging successfully is very important. After a short 26-minute fight, she dies. Definitely not Bowser spits out the Mario Bros before dying and turning back into Bowser. Prince Peasley arrives and tells the bros that the castle is rigged to explode in 3 minutes.
Oh no!
After a long and fun journey, for the most part, one of my favorite games comes to an end once more. And now to calculate the total kills and fights for the entire game. Mario fought Bowser at the start of the game, then the bros teamed up to kill 3 Goombas, then they immediately fought Fawful, killed 2 Fighterflies, and fought Tolstar. They also fought Huhuros, Drago Ho-Ho, Queen Bean, Rookie, and not Bowser. They got back to killing and killed Wiggler and Chuckulator after this. After swiftly dispatching Cacoletta, Rookie, and not Bowser, they killed my greatest fear, Mom Piranha. They then killed Trunkle before Luigi went on his own to kill Piranha Bean all by himself. They teamed up again to kill Jojora's friend and fight Jojora, before fighting all 7 Koopalings, Fawful, and then finally killing Cacoletta. That means Mario fought 1 enemy and killed none, Luigi fought 1 enemy and killed it, and when the bros teamed up, they fought 37 enemies and killed 12. Thank you so much for watching all the way through, and I can't wait to see you next video. don't forget that Luigi remembers your fighter flies.